you know this is tyranny. And I watched that happen to you guys quite a lot. You called D.C. to get a permit to videotape, and the city said rightfully there is no permit. But then you tell police that and private security guards, and they'd flip out. I know I witnessed it a half dozen times with you just in 2 hours of shooting in D.C. What?
Seen when you're in front of the White House and you have a conversation with the police officer there, and you're trying to tell him, look, I'm just doing my job. There's no reason why you should take any. They try to take our personal information, who we were, what we were doing, all that kind of stuff. And that's just like, I think that's strange and sort of a dangerous paradigm.
And by the way, they were doing it to all the other tourists out there, not just us. But let me expand on that. In your film, and your film can be seen from two perspectives. You just show what happened. But with a camera, it only shows limited snapshots. There were Secret Service guys that we saw come out. And they had their shirts off, and they were watching us, and they were following us. And in the film, it's like I'm crazy going, they're Secret Service, when they were Secret Service, and they were following us down the block and down another street, sitting behind a hot dog stand watching us. Some people, a whole bunch of editorials have been written, one of them in New Republic, several others. But Psychology Today says I'm schizophrenic. That says I may be schizophrenic, and that I believe there was a Bilderberg meeting, that I was in a hotel having a full-blown hallucination, and that there was nothing going on there. Now, were there Capitol Police coming out? Were we being followed by guys on a bike? Was there a Bilderberg group meeting? Were there men behind trees at the Bilderberg group?
As far as the man on the bike, like, I can't confirm that, but there were a lot of people around who seemed like they were, surveillance people. But, certainly at the Bilderberg group, when we were there were police following us. And, at the Bilderberg group in Turkey. And, that was all stuff that was, and that's what I think is
and
so
unmarked cars, because a bunch of articles have also said I was having full-blown hallucinations, that cars were following me. Guys, with short haircuts would follow us off Bilderberg with their cars, make 6, 7, 8 turns with us. Was that guy following us in the green car spying on us?
Definitely.
You're schizophrenic.
That's what's interesting about, and I can also say, we were definitely, in Istanbul, we started talking to the guys that were following us, almost literally.
No, don't exist. Istanbul doesn't exist, but there was a Bilderberg group meeting, correct?
Yeah, of course.
Madeleine Albright's now on TV saying we were there and that we bullhorned her. So, but Psychology Today, do you think Psychology Today and others are going to lose credibility saying that we had a full-blown mass hallucination together?
I think that's ridiculous. I think anyone who watches that movie who looks at that and says there's no Bilderberg meeting is literally deluded. And
it's worse than that. They talk to us like we're dumb. It's a mind trick. You didn't see that.
Yeah, and a lot of people who often sometimes the film was editorialized. Well, it was immoral to let these people say this without offering the other side of the thing or whatever. And what we really did not want to do was have some quote unquote expert commenting on.
Stay there.
This is Alex Jones. Have you heard of the Millionaire Patriot? Well, you should. He has a free handgun and 5 days of firearms training waiting for you. That's right. You can attend 5 days of world-class gun training at Front Sight Firearms Training Institute and secure a 30-state concealed weapons permit, all for pennies on the dollar. Plus, if you act fast, the Millionaire Patriot will give you a free Springfield Armory XD pistol in the caliber of your choice. I believe now is the time that you and your family need to be armed and trained to levels that exceed law enforcement and military standards. Front Sight provides such training without any boot camp mentality or drill instructor attitudes. This is real. Don't miss out. Secure a Front Sight defensive handgun course, plus a 30-state concealed weapons permit for pennies on the dollar, and get your free handgun. Go to frontsight.com today. That's FRONTSIGHT.com. Go to frontsight.com for your training and free gun.
I'll have to have Davis and Davis, also known as Andrew, Neel, and Luke Meyer, back on the show with us to take your calls the next few weeks for a full hour. Tell the filmmakers what you thought of their documentary. I think it's pretty darn good, and hope you get it. Some of the other news before I go back to them here in the final segment. Prince Andrew defends big bonuses for banks and brokerage firms. What a little crook. George Soros is saying Wall Street profits were gifts from the state. He always plays the part of the guy fighting it when he's one of the biggest people involved in it. Obama hits out at climate naysayers saying we will be defeated and that it's going to pass the Senate in the next month, that he's going to sign the Copenhagen-Denmark Treaty. And what does that do? Well, I have the news here. Oh, no, that's the article about cell phones confirmed to cause brain cancer. But just turns out they knew in the early 90s it did that, but so what? It gets rid of the... how dogs damage the planet like a 4x4, using as much energy as a 4x4 vehicle. We need a global tax on dogs. That's the Daily Express. Folks, this is the type of news that I have in front of me. Are you going to enjoy your new carbon tax and your home inspections, Andrew Neel and Luke Meyer?
No, I won't enjoy that at all. You know, I think like really and it's something that you talk about a lot, Alex, and some of the footage that wasn't in the actual film, and I think there's a little bit of it in the extras, is just that, you know, like when a society gets bloated and sick, it's very difficult for them to see what their own problems are. And you know, I think it goes back to what I was saying about what I learned about making the film, is that, you know, it's like in a society that is too comfortable in certain ways, you know, a lot of people can kind of...
It's like a society that's too comfortable with a bad cordless phone. You just cut out again. That's a good place to bring in Luke Meyer. Luke, are you ever going to make any more films about the New World Order? Or are you going to, I guess you've already moved on to other issues?
I can't say for sure. I mean, I feel like a lot of what we wanted, or at least a lot of what I wanted to say about, or like to look into with this film, I feel like we were able to in this film. So there's not a similar film on the coattails of this film lined up yet. I'm not currently in production on the next film. I'm sort of taking some time in between. But I couldn't tell you for sure, Al.
We really want to get into fiction stuff.
Yeah, there's not enough of that.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are great filmmakers, and I was honored to be part of your production. It's the fairest thing we've seen from the mainstream media yet. We'll see what Time Warner tries to do with Ventura's TV show coming up in December and January. But I think you guys did focus a bit on the hokey. But we are a bit hokey, so we did do the things that you have in the film, and I think overall it's a good film because it gets the detractors to plug it, and we found the film's actually been waking a lot of people up. So it was great having you guys on. It's in stores everywhere this week, New World Order, and I like the new. I mean, I know I'm on several of the movie posters, but I like the new one with a shark fin going through the water. Who came up with the idea for that?
I haven't seen that poster. Which poster are you talking about?
Yeah, there's a poster for New World Order that says New World Order, and there's water with a shark fin.
Oh, I don't know about that, but it sounds good.
It is good. I'm like, damn, why didn't I think of that?
I'll tell you, the next film we want to make is an Alex Jones biopic. We want to know more about Alex Jones.
So does, not bragging, but 3 reality TV shows, and I've said, no. But
so you never know. You may have Davis right back in your face before you know it.
All right. Hey, guys, good seeing you. Folks can get New World Order at Infowars.com or by calling 888-253-3139. Get Fall the Republic while you're at it. Retransmission starts now. Great job, crew.